Alright guys, so I'm hoping that you can hear me, because this is the first time that I have filmed like this in my car. But we're gonna experience this together. But anyway, today I wanted to kind of give you my reaction and opinion on driving the car with, well, driving the car after installing basically most of the parts that I have on it. Which isn't much. Isn't much, but that is the Cobb cold air intake with the cold air box, the SF intake, the Cobb Accessport, obviously the correct tune to go along with the Accessport. I've got a cardboard short throw shifter in here. I got the cooling mod, but that's not we're not going to notice a difference in that. But mainly I'm going to focus on the Accessport and the cold air intake. But I had the Accessport and cold air intake on the car for a while, and then I actually had to return the car to stock because the engine blew. I spun a rod bearing and I had to go to Subaru to get fixed. But that's a different story. So anyway, I have the when I had to return the car to stock, I noticed a big power difference. So the Accessport, the tune, and the cold air intake do make a big difference. But for me, on the first initial drive of having it, I didn't notice much of a difference. So that's kind of my opinion. It's like, I didn't notice much of a difference, but then when I didn't have all those mods, I noticed a huge difference. It felt a lot slower. I felt like I did not have near as much power. And I mean, I'm sure that those things don't add that much more horsepower, but I noticed a difference when I had to take them off. But as far as the intake goes, I'm hoping the sound of the rain isn't distracting, but as far as the intake goes, if you want a little bit of a blow-off noise, it's good, because when you come into boost, you can hear it start sucking from in the car pretty well, and I'm hoping you guys can hear that on the video, but I kind of doubt it. But you can hear it start sucking when you come into boost, and then if you do a pretty good pull and release the gas, it kind of gives it that blow-off noise. So it makes it sound good. It has some good noises coming from it, and I mean, the car's pretty much stock other than that. So I don't have a blow-off valve or any of that. We'll talk about what I monitor on the Accessport to kind of stay safe. But it's great to have for having the correct tunes with all the parts that you decide to install, especially if they're Cobb. It saves you a lot of time and money in the long run, because you don't want to screw up your car, and you don't want to have to pay for a Pro Tune right off the bat. Obviously, that is going to be your best option, to have a Pro Tune, but I can't afford that right now, so this will do just fine, as long as you have the corresponding parts. But I guess I'll go ahead. I don't know the best place to. I'll probably put you guys on my chest so you can see everything. I'll do some pulls. Hopefully you guys can hear it, but I'm not making any promises, because like I said, I've never recorded like this. Also, for exhaust, I have stock down pipe, stock mid pipe, so cats, well, cat, and then resonator. But I do have an axle back, so So we have the head mount. I'm hoping that you guys are going to be able to hear some car noises here, but we'll go ahead and do some pulls. It's a little wet, but we'll do some first gear, second gear, and hopefully third gear pulls, and I'll let you guys know how it feels and how it sounds. I'm really hoping you can hear it, but let's go ahead and get a first gear pull in here around 15-20 miles an hour. Okay, that obviously I'm used to this, but that pulled super hard. I mean, I spun some tires a little bit there because the road's wet, and I mean, it takes a lot to spin 4 tires, but that felt super good. I hit 16.39 pounds of boost. I'm not sure what stock boost is, but that's about what I hit on a pull, was between 16 and 17. But that felt great. It felt super powerful off the line. I mean, that wasn't a launch. I'm not going to launch it because I don't want to screw anything up. But all my numbers look good, which I'll explain to you guys what I monitor here in a bit. But yeah, everything felt super good. I don't know if you can hear it. So I'm hoping you could hear it start sucking, but when it comes in the boost, it has the sucking noise, the intake does. But yeah, so that was first gear pull. Also, I'll show you guys my launch control here. I have it set to 4,500 right now. I also have no lift shifting. Let's try a second gear pull here. So I use my no lift shifting there too, which I think I have set around 6,000 RPM, somewhere around there. I don't do that too much because I just feel like it's not that healthy on the car. But that was a 40 roll from second gear, and it really feels like it pulls pretty good from second gear going 40 miles an hour. That's if you ever decide to go to Mexico, that's a good race start for this car, is a 40 roll on a highway. I don't think we're going to be able to do any really third gear pulls, but second gear definitely pulls the hardest. Well, first pulls the hardest. Second gear feels really good with the pull. But yeah, so I love it. I mean, definitely really good mods to do if you're wanting to add a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. It does for sure make a difference. Hopefully it's not too bumpy. Also, one thing I haven't talked about is the short throw. I don't know if you'll be able to really see anything on camera, but there's third, second. It feels really good. That was on this car when I bought it, so I have not experienced what these feel like without a short throw on them. But to me, it feels really good, and it is. I mean, it's really notchy. The only downfall that I think it really has is that you kind of got to slam it into gear a little bit. I mean, not really slam it, but it's not as easy to really throw into gear. But I definitely think it makes the car feel a lot better as far as shifting goes. And I mean, my clutch releases right at the top of the pedal, so it makes for some quick shifting, especially if you have that no lift shift on there. You can shift pretty fast with these. Spun some more tires there. She definitely pulls hard. She pulls good. Feels real good. I'm very pleased with the mods. Alright guys, so a couple of the things I monitor, and I'd really recommend it, is feedback knock, find knock learn, DAM, and those are the most important. So I am not an expert on this, but to my understanding, feedback knock is if your engine hears a knock noise, that number will go negative. In a perfect world, that'll stay at 0, but a lot of the time you get false knock reading. If it is hitting like -5 every time you drive it, you need to get it checked out. There's something wrong. Find a tuner, talk to him. You could be leaning out, who knows. Your find knock learn is basically the engine or the tune learning to this. So if this is changing a lot, that number will change, and it'll adjust your car. So in a way, that number is kind of good, because it's your engine adjusting to the bad things. Your DAM, if that changes, you got some problems. That number for me has never been off of 1. Actually, I think one time it has, but it went away, so I'm not worried about it. But if that is changing a lot, you got a serious problem. I don't know the exact science behind all of it. I wish I did, but that's just the common knowledge that I have picked up. But I would really recommend setting those up. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. It's just a small opinion on the Accessport and the cold air intake. But I mean, I really like both of them, and I'm glad I did both of them. I'm hoping you guys can hear the noises, because I don't have any mics or anything to put on there. But that's the gist of it. If you want to know how to install the cold air intake or the Accessport, I have made videos on that, and I will link them down in the description below, so you guys can click on those and watch. Also, I forgot to mention, I have a wideband gauge there running around 14.7. That's good. If you don't have a tune on your car, that'll probably be rich, because it'll be compensating for the cold air intake. But I don't know, it could be lean, I'm not for sure. But that's also good to have. That's not a must, but I'm glad I have it. It's easy to install. I also have a video on that, installing that. I can link that down in the description. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys my honest opinion on those. I like them. I don't have any complaints. Yeah, so hope you liked the video. Keep watching them. If you liked them, feel free to give me a like. If you didn't like them, you don't have to watch them. Also, hit that subscribe button for me and help me out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, guys.